Greetings. I'm Pastor Eric Smith, and this is Wakening Grace. Elijah was a powerful character of the Bible. He lived almost 3,000 years ago. A famous story about Elijah is when he heard the voice of God. It's a passage from the first book of Kings, and here's a portion of it. There was a great wind, so strong that it was splitting mountains and breaking rocks in pieces before the Lord. But the Lord was not in the wind. And after the wind, an earthquake. But the Lord was not in the earthquake. And after the earthquake, a fire. But the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, a sound of sheer silence. Then there came a voice to him that said, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" The still small voice of God came to Elijah out of the silence. And God sometimes chooses to speak to each of us like that too, out of the quiet, after the tumult has passed. The tumult Elijah faced is reflected in his recounting of what happened to him. He said precisely the same words 2 different times. Both times the voice of God asked him, "What are you doing here?" You and I are not facing the same challenges that Elijah was. We have our own. God knows. Yet the quiet question God asks us is the same. What are we doing here? I invite us to that reflection today. What are you doing here? Will you pray with me? Oh God, thank you for the gift of my life. Help me today to engage in what is true with matters that are important while living fully aware of your grace. This is my prayer. Amen.